Staying in the 6 to 10 rep range makes it easier to push yourself to failure. It doesn't mean you shouldn't do the 15 to 20 rep range. There are times when I'm doing single joint movements like lateral raises or even wrist extensions that I would definitely not do 6 to 10 reps for, because it does tend to hurt my joints and other people's joints. It's just not comfortable on your joints. All right, so the more sets you do for a muscle group, the more growth you'll get out of that muscle group. So if I do 10 sets of bicep curls, I'm going to get more muscle growth than the person doing 2 sets of bicep curls. However, the more sets you do in a given day, the less you'll get out of each set. So the first set, you'll get a bunch of muscle growth. Second set, maybe not as much, so on and so on and so on. So with that being said, if you are doing something like 4+ sets of shoulder press, I do recommend you split it up throughout the week and do 2 sets on one day and 2 sets on another day, and maybe 1 set at the end of the week. But overall, the more sets you do for a muscle group, the more growth you will get out of that muscle group. All right, so if you're doing lower body compound movements like squats or deadlifts, I would recommend resting 2 to 2.5 minutes, maybe even 3 minutes if you're out of breath. Doing single joint movements like bicep curls or leg extensions, I usually only recommend my clients to rest for about 1 minute to 2 minutes at most. And then even if you're doing wrist extensions, there's absolutely no reason you should be resting for 2 to 3 minutes. I recommend when I do wrist extensions, I'm usually ready to go within 30 to 45 seconds. Keep in mind, I'm just some guy with a collared shirt on sitting behind a desk with no pants on, so you don't need to listen to everything I say, but just wanted to add some context to that video. Besides that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.